1 minute charted, never pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. 1 minute charted, never pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. 1 minute charted, never pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart 1 minute chart.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check, mic check, everything else. Indicator has not gotten an update. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to be trading live with you guys on. Sorry. There we go. Hang on. I got to just get everything organized here. I'm kind of getting all the stuff organized. Hi, guys. I'm going to trade wealth charts with you guys today. Obviously, we traded, we traded TradingView yesterday. And I'm actually going to show you the setup on TradingView, and I'm going to show you how easy it is without even the full indicator to have this be traded on wealth charts. Because today, as the final hour of the day, Kathy does not live trade. Okay, it's live trading is just for me. We're going to scalp gold. We're going to scalp NASDAQ today, and I'm going to show you how we were able to make $500 in like about an hour and a half yesterday. We're going to try and do similar stuff today, but we're going to use wealth charts without having the full benefit of the indicator, because I'm going to simplify the setup for you so easy that just the dots alone is going to guide you to hopefully profit and victory. So good morning, everybody. Give me a sound check, mic check. Tell me everything is good. I want to see some thumbs up. Let me know if you guys seeing everything. If you had a good night. It's been another good night in gold. Gold has just been, a rock. But we're going to trade actually both gold and MNQ. Let me just put this actually on MNQ. Here we go. Trade the March one. And in two separate accounts. I'm just going to trade two separate accounts, two assets in split view with you guys today, which is really, really cool on NASDAQ. As a matter of fact, have the setup right now, 32 seconds. We'll just trade tiny. I'm just going to trade tiny with you guys. Let me get the broker settings. I want the broker settings to be 40. I'm going to trade 10 points, 30 points, 120. 6 seconds left. I'm going to buy this. I'll explain everything in a minute, but let's just get long this thing. Okay, so here we are. Target is, this 704 is my stop. Here we go, just like this. You guys can actually see it. So a 10:30 trade on NASDAQ, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why I went long on this thing and how easy it is to be able to sort of scalp the way we did yesterday in what I call the jackhammer fashion. Good morning, Peter. Thank you for the thumbs up. Judith King gives me a thumbs up. Good morning, Boris. Last night was amazing for gold and silver. I'm really glad everybody had a great time. Yeah, precious metals is been the trade, man. It's really been good. Mercy, good morning. TNT Global, everybody. Any new people in the room today? This is the last day of the year for us scalping, and I hope you guys really get into it, because we love to scalp here. We love to trade prop. First order of business. I want to just kind of, I'm actually going to do this so that we can, right now I have the same 214 account. I want to trade gold on the left, NASDAQ on the right in two separate accounts. So as we all know, my friends at Apex are redonkulous right now, $19 for any account. My favorite, for a whole bunch of reasons, it doesn't have to be yours, but my favorite for a whole bunch of reasons is, wait, is this it? I'm already logged in. So this is the Apex website. Let me just put the link in here. The link actually says 80% off, but it's actually 90% off. I already logged in, right? So I don't need to bore you with the login process, but we're going to buy a wealth charts account for 50. This is my favorite size, favorite risk reward ratios in the accounts, and we're going to buy this one. I'm going to just simply say yes. Click both of these. And here's the very important part. You need to say BK save, otherwise you don't get the discount. But if you type in the word BK save on any of these accounts, but on wealth charts specifically, okay, you're gonna get it, right? Now I'm just gonna move this off screen so you guys don't see it, because wait, hold on. Do you not see it? Just want to make sure you guys are not seeing it. Okay. No, wait, you are still seeing it. Okay. Let me move this off screen. Okay. Oh, so just sort of to let you guys know, you see it before I move it off screen. You guys see how it's like $19 over here, right? Wait, hold on. Where am I? Everything is all messed up. I'm sorry, guys. I moved everything around. Wait, hold on. Where's my... Just bear with me a second. I lost my controls. Okay, here's my controls. Okay, here's my controls. Now I gotta put my glasses on. Okay. One second. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, okay. You see how it says $19 over here? You see the huge discount? That's what's so amazing about it. So we're going to buy this right now, but I'm going to take this off screen because obviously I don't want you to see my credit card info. It'll take just 1 second. Just 1 second here, guys. Why is it not letting me do this? Okay. What's going on? Oh, just taking the time because they are so busy. Okay. So here we go. All done. I'm paid. And it's going to take like a second. Take just maybe a few seconds, and it will appear over here. And we'll have a brand new account on the thing. In the meantime, I'm long this NASDAQ trade. And I'm going to explain to you how and why what the Jackhammer trade is very, very simply. Excuse me. Good morning, trader. Good morning, everybody. Dwayne, what do you want to know? I'm sorry. What do you want to know about the lifetime? Lifetime offer is kind of over already. If you're interested, just email me special. But like Kay is going to kill me if I make lifetime offers. That was a special deal during Black Friday. But if you email me, I'll see what I can do about giving you a lifetime offer. Anyways, here's the story of how we're going to trade. Super, super simple, super easy. When we're using my full indicator, right, we're basically trading what I call the A1 trades. The A1 trade is the first upside burst or downside burst. We're only trading trend. So we're taking upside bursts in an uptrend, downside bursts in a downtrend, ignoring all other things. So in this particular case, here's NASDAQ. It created an A1 trade over here, right? And what we're always looking for, and this is the critical thing, we're looking for a higher close. So we would be in over here because this is A1, this close is higher than this close. That's a very, very critical component to our structure. We need to buy higher highs or sell lower lows, right? In an uptrend or in trend period. So that means we don't sell anything in a downtrend. We don't sell anything in a counter trend, and we don't buy anything in a counter trend. We wait until trend establishes itself and then try to trade with trend on a pure momentum basis. These dots show us momentum bursts, right? So in the indicator, as I've written in here, TradingView, you can obviously very, very clearly see the A1s. And when you get a sort of a propulsion of A1s, you start buying it and just, boom, 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 winner, higher A1s, boom, winner, higher A1s, winner. You're only taking the trades that are higher highs, not anything else. In wealth charts, it just becomes a little simpler. Instead of the A1 labels, which we still don't have, and we'll have those relatively soon, we're just simply looking for the same idea, but just using the dots. So we don't really need to have the A1 labels, just kind of give us that reformation. But what we're looking for is like here we have two green dots, one after first of all, we have trend, 8-period SMA, over 200-period SMA, positive trend, right? Burst open. First dot, second dot, higher highs, correct? This close is higher than this close. That's what we want. We're long this one. In this particular case, we probably could trade this with a 5-10. And if I traded with a 5-10, I would have already made money. But I'm trying to trade these for bigger, more meaningful moves of 10-point target, a 30-point stop. And then I have one final component to all of this, which some of you may like, some of you may not, but I kind of think it's pretty cool, which is we put a time stop on it. Because generally my view is when you get the jackhammer trade, it's going to resolve within 5 to maximum 7 minutes. And if it's already been, like, for example, right now, I'm letting this thing float because clearly it went to +5 and just kind of retraced because I gave myself two. Maybe what we'll do is I'll just simply, in this case, we're already past the 5-minute time frame. So let's just simply see if we can get out of this thing at any kind of a minor profit. Boom. And we're out of the position at a minor profit. So that's the way I typically manage these things is remember, I've entered into this trade on this particular candle. It's already been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes that the trade has traded. That's too long. You need both a time stop and a price stop to give ourselves true momentum moves fast. And if it kind of slows down, you only have you have 3 choices. Hold on and hope you get done. Hold on and stubbornly wait until you get stopped out, or get out for either a minor profit and a minor loss. And as King Solomon always said, compromise usually is the best idea, is the best choice on the long run, on an average choice, right? And I think the Solomonic compromise here of a time stop is probably the right approach. At least that's the one I've been using. It actually works really, really well. So what is the setting to get the white bar? You mean the settings here is just simply, it's the pull away settings. If you go into dots only over here, you go to parameters. And gosh, I already forgot what it was over here. What is the I forgot the setting here, guys. You guys remember what the setting is? I haven't looked at the oh, pull away trade. Turn that on, and you'll get the setting. Okay, pull away trade. Okay. English says, did King Solomon trade futures? I guarantee you King Solomon would have been a very, very good futures trader because he understood discipline, he understood risk. Yes. Maybe we should, maybe I should do a whole video on the wisdom of King Solomon in the futures market. But yeah, you have it, but no white bar. I don't know why. I'm not doing tech support, guys. I told you I don't do tech support when I'm trading live. Whatever issues if you have a question for me that is anything related to not trading, email it to me. Okay, and I'm happy to fix it to you by email. It's unfair to other people, and most importantly, it's unfair to anybody who wants to trade because we're focusing on trades. Don't worry about the white candles. You don't care. Don't worry about the settings. The only thing I want you to focus today on is the dots. Higher dots in an uptrend, we're buying. Lower dots in a downtrend, we're selling. Right now, we got, there's no momentum either way, right? We have a little bit of upside momentum. So here's an interesting, situation here. In NASDAQ, we're a positive trend. And if we get a white dot that has a higher close, this is the critical thing. The close has to be higher than the prior, white or green dot. That's the most important comparison that we want to do. Can I give you the link in wealth charts? What does that mean? Oh, you mean the layout? You want me to give you my layout, to export the layout? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, sure. Let me give you the layout. I'm going to do export layout menu, export layout. Wait, why is this? Where did it go? Layout menu, export layout. Why is this not working? Oh, because you know what? Hold on. I have to do it in a separate window. All right, you know what, guys? Again, don't bother me with bullshit right now. I really want to watch the trades. If I miss a trade because you're asking me stupid ass tech support questions, a lot of people are going to get pissed. Again, just don't fucking worry about anything that has to do with tech support. Okay, there was no trade here. All right, let me try this for you. Oh, okay. See this? Higher dot, upside trade, right? Over here in NASDAQ, where positive trend, green on green, higher green. This is going to be our trade if this holds. Let me see if a new account has been done. Oh, great. They created a new account. So I can actually, now we can start a fresh new account. This is the new account that I bought. So this one will be 14. This one will be 16. The beautiful thing about split view now is I don't have to change anything here. You got 6-7 seconds left. Boom. Long. Okay. Long this trade. 10:30. Probably ambitious at this point. We probably should be trading 5, but I'm gonna leave it at 10:30. Just give it a minute or two to see how it trades, and then we'll let it play as it may in these trades. If nothing is happening in 5 candles or more, we'll probably try to get out of the trade. If the trade totally reverses, that's part and parcel of the setup. NASDAQ, of course, has been a much quieter and calmer thing. I'm just simply trading NASDAQ because I know all we did yesterday was trade gold, which was great and it was really powerful. But I wanted to give everybody the chance for you to see the trades in both of these structures. Now, the thing that you guys may be asking me is like, oh, he's not even looking at range as a variable. And the answer is yes, I'm not looking at range as a variable right now because I'm really trying to simplify the setup for you. When you buying in trend higher highs or selling in trend lower lows, range becomes not as material as when we're trading it for other setups. So in this particular thing where we're just doing lots of frequent moves, and especially now as we're approaching New York Open, when range naturally is going to expand in NASDAQ, we're not going to, we don't need to focus on it because we don't have the range variable and wealth charts built in. And this is just simply a point that you don't need too many. You don't really need to be distracting with too many variables to be able to try to trade the position, hopefully relatively well. Now, NASDAQ is obviously a piece of crap trade so far because what you're seeing is these bursts into trend. They're just complete, like basically we don't really have trend, right? So in this case, you could make the argument that you actually need, what I would say is where you need range variable is at the beginning of the trend, right? Right now, this looks like it's trend, but it's not. Anything that's just goes like a snake around the 200 period SMA is a bullshit piece of price action that should not really be touched. I'm just sort of showing you the setup here in very small size to kind of just get you to make you to understand the mechanics. But in the real world, what you want is some separation between the 8 and the 200, as you have here, in order to genuinely trade the setup. The jackhammer setup only works when you have actual trend. An actual trend doesn't just mean 8 crossing over the 200. It means 8 crossing over 200 with power, with meaning, with space and separation. This is all bullshit trade right now, and that's why NASDAQ is just an afterthought as a trade over this holiday season. But gold certainly is not an afterthought, and you can see in gold here because you've had these massive separations. All of these, higher high greens are all winning trades, all real winning trades. All of them working really, really well. So right now, gold kind of went to 44.20, came back down, compressed a little bit lower, but still, very significant trend. Here's a white dot. I don't have a secondary white dot. What you're always doing, what you're always doing in this particular setup, when you're doing it with A1s, we're doing it with dots, you can actually see it easier with dots, is you are connecting two dots in a higher, slope fashion. Remember, what's the shortest distance between two dots is a straight line. That straight line needs to be sloping upward, or sloping downward if you're in a negative trend. So, we don't have anything here. It may be a couple more candles. If there's a candle that is a white or a green dot candle whose close is going to be higher than this close, 12.8, that's going to be a trade for us on gold to the upside, right? In the meantime, this is garbage, just kind of dying out. It's been 4 or 5 minutes. Let's just kill it because it has not continued. We just have no continuity here on this trade, so we just leave it alone, and we'll look for fresh ideas when it comes up. We're probably gonna with Nasdaq. We're probably gonna just wait. With Nasdaq, we're probably gonna just wait until 9:30 to open up because I want to see like a 50-60 point candle move here. Otherwise, this is all bullshit. What you see here is non-tradable bullshit that you don't want to waste your time with. So I guess my point is range matters at the beginning of trend establishment. And you do kind of need that range indicator. Right now, we're just going to eyeball the range because we don't have the indicator here in wealth charts. All right. Let me see if I can give you guys the layout just because I think if I do it this way, the problem is I think, let me just come in here. Okay, let's do this. Layout, export layout. Here we go. Yeah, it was just a copy. Here we go. Here's the layout. You guys can copy my layout on wealth charts as far as that goes. And you see, we're not seeing, look at the range here. It's 14 points. It's a bullshit range. We need at least 20 points or more on NASDAQ to have any kind of a reasonable range in trade. In the meantime, gold seems to have run up to the 44.20, and now it's just coming back down, also compressing. So we don't have any trades right now in gold either. Good morning, everybody. A lot of people joining us here. Now, you guys want to have fun? Because we'll have a lot of fun in today's show because I want you guys to sort of figure out how to trade, trade both sides. So just for shits and giggles, I'm going to trade again. Trend will be size 5. Counter trend will be size 1. I'm going to sell this because this is a counter trend trade here in gold. Let's see if it's going to work. It's a 2-6 trade, right? I think it's a 2-6 trade. Maybe it's a 1. Did I just? No, it's a 2-6 trade. Okay, meaning I'm targeting 2 points, 6 point stop here. You can trade counter trend. It's nowhere near as accurate as trend. Therefore, you want to do smaller size. But in this particular case, it was a pretty good situation for us to do it. And you see, boom, the trade gets done very, very quickly, right? Why did I take this trade? Higher dot, lower dot. It's the exact inverse, right? Higher dot, lower dot over a negative slope, right? Slope is negative. We short the move. It comes in, and we took a counter trend trade. Everybody, give me a yes or give me a thumbs up if you kind of understand what I'm doing and what I'm showing. We can do the same thing over here. Negative over negative, and we're gonna sell this here. Let's see if this is gonna work for us. But this time we're just gonna go for 5. We're gonna go for 5 over here. We're gonna give ourselves just very, very little room because this thing has zero continuity today. Let's see if it's gonna give us some breathing space here. And gold is really, really starting to, to fall apart now, right? So now again, we can just keep pressing this if this, because the prior dot is way up there, right? So you can keep pressing this on the downside. 21 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a little bit more downside protection. Now here's Nasdaq. Nasdaq gets done. Gold's got 12 seconds. It's a big run. One. Okay, short this. See if we can get that move. Again, on small size. And gold gets done again. And that's what I mean. I call this trade the jackhammer because you know how like the guys who use the jackhammer to like just destroy concrete. This is how we jackhammer the price, and all those flying bits of concrete is actually our profits. You know, just dollar bills flying up in the air. I don't know why I kind of like this analogy. It may not be the best one, but you get the idea, because the way it looks on the chart to me, like where you're just jackhammering the price down, or up, is kind of really cool. Guys, I need somebody who is wealth charts educated to help me with one simple thing, which I don't know how to do. This is like the favorites bar, right? You see this favorites bar? I want to add something into this favorites bar. Like, how do you edit and add into this favorites bar? Does anybody know? Is there a menu up top? Do you go in here? Like, somebody want to just walk me through this? Because what I need is, or maybe it's settings. Oh, maybe it's settings. Is it settings here? Account settings? No, customize favorites bar. Oh, shit. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. Okay. I figured this out. Okay. I know what I want. Okay. I want historical. This is what I want. This is what I want. Okay. Toggle trades. I don't want, what do I don't want? Just going to get rid of all this shit. Okay, save. Let's see if this is going to work. All right, beautiful. So this is trading DOM, broker portfolio, toggle history. Okay, this is what I wanted. So now I can toggle this on, toggle this off. That's the beauty. So we can take it off, so it doesn't bother our trade. This is a very cool feature in wealth charts. That's really neat. And you can toggle it on while we're in trade, so you can actually see the sequence of my trades, right? So I'm going to do this same thing. Now, where's my... let me see if I can do this. Sorry, I'm just going to try this one more time. Wealth charts, leave. I'm going to try to reset this little window. I think we're on 216. Log in. Okay, here's my favorites bar. Expand favorites tools. Okay, awesome. Oh, all right. This is so cool. I'm so excited, guys. So now we can show you history as well as the actual trades. So like right now, I don't have, I don't have the history, but now I do. And now I don't have history, but now, oh, I'm in the wrong one. Sorry. MNQ, March. Okay, so if I go toggle history, why isn't this working for toggle history? Oh, let me see. Global chart settings. Turn history on. Okay. And then I can just toggle it on and off. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. So cool, right? So now you can totally you can totally visualize my trade sequence, right? Short here, cover here. By the way, we had like a lot. We actually have more trades here. I'm sorry. I'm like I'm getting all enthused about the charts, and I'm not even paying attention to the trades. There's a trade here. I missed the trade here, but you see this. This was higher, lower. We should have sold this. This was pure trend trade over here. We could have totally traded this, but it's fine. We got a million. Million opportunities for us to trade this. So we will we'll put this back to 5. Now we are in trend mode. So we will trade this in trend mode here. You see how like the whole point is, the really, really cool part about all of this is when price goes into trend, when it goes into sort of like a momentum frenzy for 10, 15 minutes, all these dots start printing. And at the moment we can start to interpret that print, we can just scalp all those trades at a very, very high frequency, high accuracy ratio, right? Now, eventually you're gonna get stuffed and you're gonna hit a bottom. But the point is that if you're trading like continuously, you're gonna have like 5, 6, 7 winners to like 1 loser, and you're way, way ahead of the game when you're doing that. All right, I'm actually going to, okay, short. I'm going to take this small move here. What am I, is this, oh, what is the settings on this one? Oh, these are 1030. These are all the wrong settings. Okay, never mind. This should be, set this to 60. Set this to 20. I'll adjust the, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you this particular trade, so we'll find. We'll see if I can just quickly maybe make this trade to the downside. Okay, gold also turned negative, right? Gold is 8 underneath underneath the SMA. You know what? I'm going to take this out. I'm just going to take this out because I screwed this up. Here's definitely a setup in gold. Definitely a nice clean setup in gold here. Higher, lower, red slope. I'm going to trade this at a 2060, which is what we're trading gold here. 38 seconds left. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to focus on gold. $26 seconds left. Everybody sees this? Higher dot, lower dot, negative trend. My only hesitancy here, it's a U-shaped stop. Like this seems to be like 430.90. It seems to be a little bit of support here, so I don't like selling into the support. And I don't like the fact that it's kind of not broken. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. I'm actually going to wait on this. Because remember, when we have the range and we have all the stuff when this is going to be full, what we love to do. So because there's always a trade. By the way, you see this was a good thing I covered this thing because this thing just popped. What we love to do is the great thing about momentum is there's always going to be another trade. What we love to do is if this candle breaks these lows at 43.90, that's going to be a really high probability trade for us. If we can break these session lows over here, then we know that that's going to be a chance for us to plow this trade down. For now, it's problematic. You could really be selling into the bottom over here. So we'll wait patiently here an extra step before we go out there and short it. So if this thing breaks the lows here, and it doesn't yet, not quite yet, but now the next candle starts to really, work that 43.90 level, and you can see this was former support. They bounced it back. Now this is where the fight between the bulls and the bears starts, and we don't need to commit ourselves until one side clearly shows the power. Yeah, TNT took the trade, and it was not a bad trade. Like if you took it over here, you had the room to the bottom, so it wasn't a bad trade. But I'm just kind of walking you through my thought pattern of how I really want to jackhammer the trade. Pulverize for profit. That's what I want to do. I want to pulverize for profit. Oh wow! Good morning, guys. Wow, I can't believe we already did 45 minutes. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? You guys ready to scalp the last day of the year? Okay, short here. Good. What do we got? How much time do we have? 55 seconds. All right, we will wait. Got to hold that dot, man. That dot doesn't hold. That means the buyer's buying support here. And that's what I love about this setup is it generally keeps you out of fake outs. Generally. Not always, but more than not. And that's the best thing you can ask of a setup is to keep you away from the fake outs. All right. No trade. Okay, we'll let it marinate. Tug of war continues. Let them play it out. We're still negative trend, negative bid, but we got to see some momentum. Good morning, Jacob. Nice to have you with us. Good morning, Laura. Hello, everybody. How's everybody's holiday week going? Who's coming to me from somewhere super? Everybody who's in a warm climate, identify yourselves to me. So you can feel superior to all of us who's sitting here freezing our asses off. Like whether you're in Australia, Middle East, Africa, tell me where it's warm so that I can dream. Even Florida, San Diego. Yeah, Ben lives in the perfect climate. Singapore. Singapore is nice. Ecuador. Now, hello, May. Nice to have you. Dallas is 27. Is that what you're saying? It's 27 degrees. Southern California. Cheryl, where are you in Southern California? Are you like south of LA or north of LA? Oh yeah, it's 27. It's 27 in Jersey. What is it in Miami, Riz Trader? Huntington Beach. Nice. Oh, Malibu. Oh, man. All you Cali people. Very nice. I know. Dallas is freezing today, huh? Dallas, though, is great. Cold 75. Yeah, it's cold for Miami, right? Exactly. Kay and I are going to be in Hollywood at the end of January, so we're going to be at the show. Tomorrow's going to be 40s in Florida for real. Oh man, that's nasty. Anybody from the Middle East? Who's coming to me from Dubai, where it's probably like already 85 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh, it's not our show. It's oh gosh, goddamn, I forget his name. Oh, so bad with the names. Email me and I'll send it to you. Email me. Oh God, I'm really the worst person with the names. He's such a good guy too. He's like a big trader influencer. He came to our show in Boca last year, so he asked us to come to his show, so we're coming there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Big Daddy Max, that's it. Jesus Christ, thank you, Big Daddy Max. William is like my memory. Yeah, so Big Daddy Max is doing a show. Just Google it. It's in Hollywood. It's really going to be a huge show. Oh. Okay, well, I'm yapping. We're almost there, right? Wait. We should have shorted this. Let's sell this. Fuck it. Let's sell it. Okay, you know why I'm selling it? Because this red dot is lower than this red dot. That's the prior red dot. It's still kind of at support. I probably should have waited a little bit more because I was being, I'm a little bit rushed here. Okay, I might get stuffed on this trade. I should have waited a little bit more. I should have waited for this candle to be a red dot to truly break this low. Yeah, I was not the best, not the best scalp here. Yeah, it's probably gonna stuff me. I needed one more red dot to the bottom to really give me a momentum move here. So far right now, this is what I just did here was literally sell to support, do something that I just was actually telling you we shouldn't be doing. This goes back into the do as I say, not as I do category. What's going on with NASDAQ? Oh, NAS is still negative. Okay, so NAS is still negative, but you see how this red dot is above this red dot, so that's why it's not a trade. But if we get a fresh red dot that's low, that's going to be a trade for us in NAS. I'm watching gold here. I don't like this trade at all. All right, I'm gonna get. I got out of this gold trade because I made the mistake. I should have waited patiently. If I get a red dot here, then I will go back into it. And I'm watching this one. If this gives me a red dot, that's a lower red dot that I definitely want to trade. So far, gold has not shown me that it wants to go down any further. Gold has been a pretty strong buy, all of Asia and London. That's why, it's not like there's a massive, like yesterday we had massive liquidation in North America in gold. I don't see it today. This looks a little bit more like profit taking to me for right now. So until I see some more momentum to the downside, there's no reason for me to take the gold move here. Oh, from Jordan. Wow. Nice. Oh, Dubai is 72 in Chile. Wow. You guys are actually having a winter in Dubai, huh? Oh, man. The only thing that sucks about Dubai that everybody who lives there tells me is like the wind storms, the desert storms, which are apparently like a brutal sandstorms. That's what I mean. I've never been there. I've never been to Dubai during a sandstorm, but I can imagine how shitty it is. Okay, NAS setting up here. Let me make sure I have the right setups here, guys. Let's make sure. Yeah, we do. 26. I'm just going to trade 515 on NAS. Okay, here we go. NAS is breaking down. So one of the things that is really, really important to emphasize is I'm not looking at the lower ends. I'm looking at the closing, right, of the dots. It's the close that has to be lower. Sell. Okay. So short. I'm short NASDAQ over here. Let's see if that resolves. And actually, you know what? I want to go long. Let me make sure I'm correct. I want to go long gold. This is just for shits and giggles. Again, this is a counter trend trade. But I'm basically betting on the fact that gold seems to have bottomed out. And what am I, on a counter trend basis, why am I relatively comfortable doing this trade? Again, I'm deviating from my let's trade only trend rules just because it's the last day and we're having a good time. Is this close over here? You can see this close over here is higher than this close over here. That's what gave me some confidence that we could have some more upside move here in gold. So let's see if gold kind of gives me that upside move trade here for now. Back up to the 4,400, 33.97. We're looking for 4,400. And NASDAQ, I'm looking for some continuity here that's just not happening a little bit, but this is very much a decent trade here. So we'll see if it continues. Not even 9 o'clock yet, so not before, nothing on the open here on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is, what's the range in NASDAQ? It's really still small. Oh, look at this, 9 points. No, sorry, 22 points. 22 points. That's not horrible. That's not horrible in NASDAQ. But NASDAQ is really just not moving. Oh, gold got done. Look at that. See, here's the, let me see if this works. See, we went here, entered here. The reverse gold got done, which is good. I had a vibe that it was going to get done because you could just tell that, that we found the bottom, and and if you're going to get cute, at least do it in a proper fashion. First of all, gold has been positive trade all day long, right? This is just sort of a short reprise into the short category. And then you can see you had the higher highs. That gives you that whole momentum confidence. So that was a pretty easy trade. I was very confident in the gold trade. NASDAQ trade, I'm generally NASDAQ. I'm very problematic on. But with gold, we'll see. We'll see if it finds its footing again and wants to try to run it back up, or whether this is really consolidative, and we're going to restart our downward trend. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give this one more minute on NASDAQ. I'm going to put in a time stop on NASDAQ. You see how when a momentum trade really works, it should work really within the first 2 minutes. If it's 5 minutes, if it gets long in the tooth at 5 minutes or longer, the probability that it's not really working is higher than the probability that it's going to be working. And see, and now this is running, right? Like, so this is the, if you were going to be counter trend trading, you could have jackhammered this continuously up. I'm just sort of diffuse my attention span between NAS and gold to have missed this. Like where we got. Now I actually exited on this candle, so I wouldn't have been able to come in. I have the other rule that I have is I never enter on a take profit candle. If I have a candle in which I'm exiting on, I always want to pause and then see if the setup resets itself. Like for example, right now I could pause. Like right now, if I get a green dot here, I would give myself permission to go long because this is still a continuity trade. That means that there's so much momentum now that they really, that they're willing to run it more. Yeah, the longer divergence will almost always occur if you're like a time stop is kind of like a natural divergence trade, right? So I'm going to just get out of this trade because it's already been taking forever. Now, can it crush to the downside? Yes. But if it does crush to the downside, we're going to go then, not now. Okay? Because the flip side of it is if it doesn't crush to the downside, it could just verticalize and take, this is basically a scratch trade versus trade. Like, if we were in this and we got stuffed out, it would have been a much deeper cut, an unnecessary cut. See how this was already 4 or 5 minutes of no continuity for us? Just get out. Just get out. And that was a pretty smart idea on my part to get out, right? God, I love the turn it on, turn it off. It makes it so much easier to be able to narrate the trading, and at the same time not pollute the chart with garbage. Good morning, guys. More people crawling into the room. I'm going to call it. This is going to be very corny, but I love this name. I think we're going to start calling it next year. I'm going to call it the Scalpathon next year. What do you guys think? Whenever we do marathon trades, like once a week, we're going to call them the Scalpathon. Is that stupid? I think that's kind of cute. I was going to actually get long this this green dot, but I held myself back. Now here's an interesting point that I wanted to make here. Love it, right? Fuck it. You know what? Let's do this small size, because I don't have the because we're doing counter trend. Okay, higher dot. Just it looks like we're reversing ourselves. I want it to be actually in this trade, but I'll take this trade as a potential here. We'll give it 2 minutes for us to trade. Now, what I was going to say here is this is not a short in any way, shape, or form, because this is way above the prior red. Now, if I get a second dot over here, it's still not a short because the slope is still is green, right? Like the key thing to this is you want the slope and the double and the dots in a proper formation to give you some confidence that this is a momentum down trade instead of just a neutral trade. All right, you know what? I'm just going to take this at 3.5 just for shits and giggles, because I'm not counter trend trading Nasdaq for now. Although honestly, here's the thing. Here's an interesting thought, by the way. A lower range trade, an instrument that has super narrow ranges that basically oscillate around the 200 period SMA, is actually a much better counter trend instrument than a wide range situation. It makes perfect sense, right? If you think about this, because what that means is I'm going to try and trade this guys to the upside. You see this? This is a higher green dot breaking up to the upside. Let's give it a shot on Nasdaq. And by the way, this really popped up nicely. I could have really let it go. This has got to hold though. Let's see if this holds. All right, long. Let's give it a shot. Maybe a little bit less. See if I can just get this up because it's a counter trend move. Yep, done. That was super fast, by the way. You can't see how fast that was? That was boom, boom. Okay, nice. Good job, everybody, on that one. Now we're at the 200 SMA. Now is a point where I'm not a low. I don't want to be taking the next trade. I really wanted to. Now I wanted to go to recapture the trend. I want the moving averages to cross before I want to do the next trade, because this very often acts as a resist level, and then kind of backs off, and then it consolidates, and then it starts to really take away from the 200 period SMA. As I said, if you look at this from a longer point of view, relatively shallow retrace, right? It's still much higher. It basically found a much higher support level than prior. Gold still seems to be like it wants to, run a little higher. Do I know, if it's going to go to 420? No, but if it does, we'll be there for it. Oh gosh, I can't get this. How do I get this? There we go. Okay. $9 o'clock. The purple just means that the candle is not touching the moving average. It's a super, super strong sell. The white is a super strong buy. They're not touching the moving average. See how they're floating above? It just tells you the intensity of the move. Just an additional piece of information on the indicator. So see, this is like a perfect example of where you have a higher red, right? High red. This close is way above this close, not a trade. However, we are starting to turn a little bit. Slope goes red, and this is a lower red. So now we're gonna see if this is gonna be, this is with trend, and if this holds, we're definitely gonna try and take this trade if we can. 37 seconds left. We'll give it a shot. You know. 22 seconds. By the way, guys, everybody who's listening to me, I'm going to be at the Wealth Charts 360 show in the end of January. Short in January. By that time, we will absolutely have the absolute latest version of this indicator for Wealth Charts. So I'll be demoing that, and I'll be talking a lot about momentum trade. I have some really interesting research to share with you about momentum trading and scalping. So please be sure. I'm going to be sending out an email later today, and then I'll put a boom, and we're done. So you're nice and clean. That was a very, very clean machine trade, right? Just, I said to you, I narrated everything for you ahead of time, exactly why and how I thought this was going to work. And it worked, it worked like a charm. I mean, this worked like a charm, but sometimes they don't, obviously. But this was a classic scalp down, right? So I'll be sharing that link with you guys next week and everything else I've started to say. But it's going to be at the end of January. Be sure to please attend. Really, really good. It's all free show, but I'm going to have some really cool new research to share with you on it. So hopefully you guys will like it. This is a trade. I'm yapping, so I'm not taking this trade, but this is a pretty legitimate trade to the, more jackhammer trade to the downside where, no, I take it back. I'm sorry. This is not a trade. Not a trade. Why? Because remember I said I never want to, am I correct on this? Yeah. I never want to enter on an exit candle. Okay. So what I mean by that, and this is a great rule. This is a perfect rule, by the way. This is what I mean. You know why it's a great rule? Because you know how you avoid trying to sell the bottom? You wait. By not just, I guess the best way to describe this is like I'm jackhammering with a pause. You sell. This candle was an exit candle. You wait one pause candle. If this candle, for example, was going to be a red dot, yes, you keep, even though it seems like if it's more oversold, that's actually a positive thing. That means there's much more momentum. But by waiting, you don't, you just made a profit. You don't go right back in. You give it one candle pause. If you still get this opportunity, you trade it. If you don't have the opportunity, you've avoided an unnecessary retrace move. Because this whole pause rule that I put in is designed to avoid the retrace rule. Now, Claudia, I'm actually going to put together the PDF. I've been waiting to sort of like, to update the wealth charts, and also to kind of really refine all of these, like these, the timeout rule, the pause rule, all those things. I kind of been waiting to refine all those rules. So I'm going to try and put together the PDF over this holiday week, and then I'll have it for you guys next week. So because I don't want to have to revise it 1,000 times. But these are all really good rules, right? You guys see the wisdom, the Solomonic wisdom, right? Solomon, the futures trader, of pausing, timeout, stops, all these kind of things that are they're just there to refine the mechanical edge. You have this great mechanical edge, and this just simply gives you, it avoids unnecessary statistical losses for you. Now, Scalpathon is better than Pikachu, okay? So watching NAS right now, it's kind of NAS is actually, as I said, NAS is in many ways a contrarian, a counter trend trade because of the low range positions here. Here's gold, by the way. Look at gold. So, okay, again, tempting to want to take this gold because why? Not quite. Again, here's what I want to make sure that you guys don't get fooled by. This is a much higher green dot just on the chart. But what I'm comparing is the close. This close has to be higher than this close. This close actually is higher. So we're going to give it a shot. But we'll give it a shot at like small size. You know why? Because we're in front of the 200 SMA. So we're going to give it just small size here. But it's the close. I'm looking for the close to be higher. Buy. Okay. Buy. I'm in. See if I can give this a little bit lower target. I'm in front of the 200 SMA, so it's totally possible that this thing could get rejected in 200 SMA. That's why I did very, very small size. It's not a high confidence trade. It's a very mediocre trade, but let's play. Everyone wants to play. We might as well play a little bit on the trades and give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it'll be a tiny little blip for us. I'm going to give it like 2 or 3 minutes here. First minute is a retrace minute and not a continuation minute. Let's see if they get a little bit more juice here to come up. No. This is pretty good. These are all really, really good structures. I mean, you don't see, this is like, these are the culmination of everything that we've been doing. I just, was able to, I think, really crystallize this nicely. All right, I'll give it like 2 more minutes. If gold doesn't want to run the 200, we'll just get out of this thing at a small loss. I give this setup 1 more minute on the candle. NASDAQ doing nothing. We're pretty much going to ignore NASDAQ until the market open, because at which point I hope the market open is going to expand the ranges and give us at least some clear directionality on NASDAQ and see what we want to do there. This is the third candle on gold. I don't think it's really working. I think I'm going to get out of this thing. Ugh. Get out of this thing. I can't see it. Okay, I just got out of this thing because it was really not. We wanted to see continuity, and the 200 pretty much held it back. We're actually now the slope is not red, so it's not a trade for us. But now it looks like it wants to come back down. Looks like the trade in gold is really encountering a lot more resistance than we thought. So let's see what we can do with it. Slope turned red, 17 seconds. Let's see how this trades out here. All right, give it short. No. We're just in Chop City in gold right now. So gold is doing its around the 200 Chop City move. So fine. This one is just not going to work for us, I think. You notice, by the way, the range really got tight, right? If we go into the gold range, the gold range is still like 7 points. It's not it looks tighter than I thought it would be on the indicator. we'll give it like another 2 candles, and if it doesn't work, we'll get out of it. But it might just stop us out. We might just get cleaned on this. Oh, come on, baby. One, two, three. I'm out of the trade. If it's not continuing, it's no point in trading it. We'll just leave it alone. We will. We'll follow it up when and if it gives us a good signal. All right, now it's starting to break again. But not holding it. See, that 4,400 now is starting to act as support. And as long as it acts as support, there's no reason for us to be here. Because we need the dam to break. We want it to really come down. Yeah, broke. Sell. Okay. Up, there we go. There we go. Nice move. Nice move. I'm gonna take the whole thing. There we go. Finally moved on the move. And took a little bit of patience, and finally worked our way out. Now we are starting to jackhammer it down. Now we're going to try and sell it a little bit more. So they finally broke the 400. Now we're going to sell this one. See if we can get some more continuity on this move here down. Actually going to move this up a little bit, see if I can get this down. Ah, so close. That was so close. I should have just taken this. Come on. Ah. I got the execution just a little bit off the candle, so I was trying to get it, try to get the price adjustment, and just missed this take profit. All right, let's give it like 2 more candle patience, see if we can get a little bit further downside movement. All right, I'm just going to, I took myself out because again, it was like a 2-3 minute wait, and I didn't want it to hesitate. So we just cleaned it up a little bit. Again, you want movement and timing. As long as, I didn't have the continuity on the time, fine. We'll let it go. I want the thing to be resolved within 1 or 2 minutes. If it isn't, let's just take what we can get, move on to the next signal. Everything is a little choppy now, 9:15. Going to turn my focus to NASDAQ on the open because I'm hoping the range will expand here and we get at least some kind of movement. NASDAQ, as we always talked about, NASDAQ is the great trade between like 9:45 to 10:30. So we'll see. We'll see to that. No, I'm not set to anything, Stacy. I am literally trading off the charts. Like there's no setup. I'm showing you the well charts ones where we're just simply using dots to trade, right? I'm really doing it as much by feel as anything else today to get the movement. No fresh consecutive start. There's no setup here like this. We're just doing, this is the well charts one. The settings that I'm showing you are not in well charts. We're just doing, I told you, we're just doing we're just going to trade the dots without any of the settings until well charts is ready. And then I'll show you it's the exact same setup where I'm basically selling A1s, lower, but I'm just simply using the dots. So gold really, what's becoming pretty obvious in this little half hour that we've been trading is that it's pretty much in a non-determinative chop move, right? And we're kind of very, very, very clean here. I'm really tempted to if this thing goes red, I'm kind of tempted to sell this a little bit on NASDAQ, but only like a tiny little bit, like one lot, because we still got 7 or 8 minutes to the open, and this feels like it wants to, like this is this is a legitimate trend trade. We have negative red slope, 2 red dots. If this holds, we'll try to sell it small here. But it's got to, the dots have got to be there. They're not, if it's not there, I'm not trading it. So you just get a little bit closer here. You can see the slope is red, dots are red. Gold is just having this massive battle around the 4,400 level. Sell. All right, sure. All right, I sold a little bit of this. We'll just keep it a little bit light here. We'll just this is a tiny little move in NASDAQ. Let's see what it wants to do. Um, this is really cool. So you could like do the horizontal line here. So you see, like, you see this 4,400 level? We're just really trying to hold bid around it. Oh, so NASDAQ got done on the other side. I wasn't even watching it. You saw that NASDAQ trade? That was, like I said, it's you're with trend, you're with slope, you got the dots. Why not? Go for it. I actually should have done larger size on this, but whatever. I'm just kind of obsessed with watching gold right now, trying to see what they want to do. But they are. I wonder if I could do a second one too. Can you do two? Can you clone this? Oh yeah, you could clone this, right? Oh, this is really cool. So you kind of see like this is the zone, and it looks to me like they're trying to resolve this to the upside. So we can watch this carefully. A little bit more jackhammering in Nasdaq, but we're 5 minutes in front of the open, so really no more trades. This was just a really clean, easy setup. Hopefully, did you, any of you guys take that trade? This one over here, you know, this short here, that was a really clean, easy trade to take. TNT took it. Good for you. Good for you. Nice job. Oh, man. Good morning, everybody. Everybody join me for the open. We've been focusing gold, but hey, we're getting range expansion in NAS. Why not? Let's rock and roll. We got how much time is it? What is it? 25 minutes to the open. Let's see if NAS wants to, if they want to take the 700, maybe they want to run us 25.5. We'll see it. We'll be happy to bang it away. NAS is negative trend, negative red dots, negative slope. These are all conditions we like. We just don't want to trade in front of the open because we don't want to get fleeced up and down. But the moment this clears after the open, a minute or two, if we get some good signals, we'll try to go for them. In the meantime, I'm just keeping this this band around gold for us because it's a good visual clue of like, what do they want to do here? What do they really want to do? Right now, there's nothing to do. Let's see if they want to clear these levels. DRD, you hit the NQ, right? Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Just watching it from my other charts too. Yeah. Sorry, guys, just one sec. Okay. All right, looks like we're breaking up, right? Breaking up to the upside on gold. We're gonna do this. We're gonna try and again. I know I'm in front of the 200, but I'm a sucker for punishment. Let's give this is a legit thing. Higher dot, higher green. Let's see if they want to move it higher. 13, 14 seconds left. Let's give it a shot. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, in. Well, can I move this? why can't I? Why is this like all? I have no grip on this. I wonder why I have no grip. Oh, good job. That worked nicely, right? And NASDAQ keeps hammering down. But, again, I'm sort of sticking to my thing. So that was really nice. That was a good, clean counter trend move, exactly as we saw the jackhammering through the thing. Let's wait now. If they really want to run this, like from 44 back up to 44.20, they're going to go positive trend. So let's just wait till it goes positive trend. Market open, right? Let's go over here. Let me just go over here and to see market is open. What time is it? 1 minute to the open. Look at this. Look at this jackhammer down. This always kills me. Because you're not supposed to trade 15 minutes before the market open, but look at this clean. We could have killed it in NASDAQ. And this is sort of what I wanted to show you. You don't need more than 15 to 45 minutes per day to really make good money. All you need is just this kind of a formation. And these kind of formations, we know they happen at certain times of the day with high degree of frequency, right? We know that this is it's either happens like 9:30 to 10 o'clock or 10 to 10:30, where we have a continuity move. The continuity move that just, where you hammer the lows, hammer the lows, hammer the lows, or buy the highs, is what you need. And you have on a 24-hour day, sometimes 4, 5, 6 of these. Look at this. And this is the reason why I don't trade the open. This was the total setup and rug pull, right? The open rug pull just is almost always there. I swear to God, guys, I almost think that we should buy a couple of cheap accounts in Apex and do like one trade. Maybe we'll do this on Monday. Definitely buy. By the way, of course, everybody, don't forget. I haven't talked about this. We're gonna buy the Apex accounts, buy the Think accounts. They're all dirt cheap right now. With Think Capital, it's www. Think Capital. Use the word edge to get it. Think is very, very good if you want to use like TradingView to trade from. And of course, with Apex, they're really dirt cheap here. They're $19. I'm gonna definitely buy them before the week goes off. But my point is, we know this rug pull trade almost happens every single open, and it's like a 30, 40 point trade. It's like if we straddle this trade on the open, we almost always have a chance to get funded on one side of the account or the other. So maybe we'll do a couple of those just for shits and giggles, but get 10, 20 accounts before they before the prices go away, because this will be a super easy way to get funded on a couple of funded accounts, right? Just on a straddle trade. The way prop accounts work is, Kevin, if you are a person who wants to trade casually, it's much better for you to trade Think, okay? Futures accounts charge you every single month until you pass the evaluation. CFD accounts just charge you once. So for you, the much better deal is to do this, okay? Is to do this. Oh, sorry, you guys are not seeing my chart. So hang on a second. Sorry, let me remove. What I was going to say, what I was going to say is look at the chart here, and you can see that the rug pull that happened, right? We have this huge rug pull. Always happens on the open. That means they always go the opposite way. So like an interesting trade is to straddle this on the open, which we might be able to do on Monday. And one of these accounts would have totally been funded if we had done this properly. Gold coming back down, guys. By the way, gold, you see that? Gold is starting to print the second lower A1, and if it does that, it would have been a good trade. All right, let's go back to this. So we as I said, remember I said let's wait till we clear this if it's really going to be an uptrend, and it just turned out to be a total fake out on gold. Yeah, straddle the open, Ben. I think that's we know that we you got funded. How'd you get funded? Tell us, Lynn. Tell us, Lynn. I want to know. What'd you do? What'd you hit there? What'd you trade? What'd you make? We want to know. Spill the tea, baby. Spill the tea. All right, watching gold, by the way, guys, out of the corner of my eye, I'm watching gold. If I get a red dot here, we're going to try. This is they're breaking down the 95s. It looks like, this run through the 4,400 kind of failed. So let's focus on this trade. 42 seconds left. This comes in. Oh, we'll give it a shot. You're very welcome, by the way, Lynn. I'm so glad you got funded. You passed with the indicator gold futures plus NQ. Good job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Very, very happy you nailed it. Okay. I'm going to get rid of these lines here. Because we were looking at God, man, look at gold. They just nobody wants to do it. Gold is today now. Yesterday, gold was a beautiful continuity trade. Today, gold is a landmine, and really, really important not to front run the ideas here. Is to really be. You really want these things to show you the signal. NASDAQ coming back up to positive trend. Maybe they're going to run NASDAQ up. I don't think there's anything going on here. Anything going on? I literally today I didn't even look at the news. Anything really, really fresh and hot that hit the news? Okay, gold is the sellers are finally starting to get control. 20 seconds left. Let's focus on the gold trade. 16, 17 seconds. If this is going to hold, we're going to try and trade this. All right, short here. Let's see if gold gives us any play here. Nope. Big move, but no play. Wow. NASDAQ turns totally negative. The big fake out on the upside. But no secondary red dot, so we're not trading anything. Gold, we'll see if gold can salvage us. I mean, gold had a lot of selling power here, but they bought the bottom here. Let's see if there's more continuity. Interesting. They ran the stops and they just bought it right back. There's just a really strong bid on gold here. Let's see if this is 42 seconds. Let's see if this wants to come down. There we go. Finally got done. And now the waterfall breaks. But remember, we're not gonna enter on this trade. We're not gonna enter on the exit bar. We're gonna be patient. And if they're gonna start pummeling gold back down to the 43.75s, there'll be a lot more opportunities. So we'll just give it a shot. So if we exited on this trade, like over here, if this one shows up as a red dot, we'll short that. But let's give it a shot because it's it's clearly pausing a little bit. So we've got a little bit, there's two things here that are very important. One is I notice that you have to have a big stop because the retraces can be brutal. Secondly, it was three minutes, pretty much my maximum amount of time that allows us to resolve the trade. And now we're going to just pause and not follow blindly off this red dot because we want a pause candle. On the other hand, NASDAQ is clearly showing us negative moves here. It's two red dots over here. We're going to sell this, right? And boom, NASDAQ gets done. See, NASDAQ was super, super fast, right? Okay, here comes the big red dot in gold. If this holds, we'll sell that because that's further continuity to the downside. 43 seconds left on this, so we'll see. Now the dam is kind of giving. Now the 95s went, the 90s went, the 86s. This is just a lot of. This is just slaughter to the house for the longs. The longs could not hold this up, so now the shorts are really, really pressing the trade, and it kind of reigniting the profits. The profit taking from yesterday. This is a massive, massive move. So I'm just hoping we don't get killed on the retrace, but definitely going to take this trade. Going to give it really, really wait till the close here. 3, 4, 2, 2, 1, sell. Okay, in pretty good to the candle close here. Let's see if we can get the move. All right, I'm just going to take it here. Nice. That was a good move. Hope everybody got it. Again, now we wait. We wait for the next candle because this was the exit candle, so we don't take this candle. And now it just continues move. So you can just really see it's very, very cool. You can see how the jackhammer in real life takes place. Like, see, you just jackhammer it, jackhammer it, jackhammer it, jackhammer it. Ba ba boom, ba ba boom, ba ba boom, ba ba boom, and all the concrete flies off, and you are able to do this. Wally got it. Dennis, what does the red dot means? The red dot means that it's a momentum candle. It means that the close of that candle is lower than the close of the prior candle. It means that there's intent, and a purple red dot means it's actually so much momentum that it's pulling away from the moving average. So all of these things are in my multi-version PDF document, which I'm not going to share with you guys because it's out of date as always, but I'm going to update it, and I will have it for you for the first of the year. Ken says he loves it when we trade together. Thank you, my brother. I love it too. Thank you so much. It is so much more fun to trade together than to trade alone. I totally agree. I love it. And it also, I think, it keeps me sharp because you see that, like I told you guys, I am not going to answer customer support questions anymore because literally that was like the worst thing possible for me in terms of focus. When I'm focusing on setup, it doesn't matter if you don't understand the setup. It's more important that you actually see the setup be executed properly. You can always watch it on rewind and begin to understand the setup. But I found that, once I start explaining all the bullshit, I'm losing the setup. I'm losing the actual execution, which is 90% of 90% of the trade. Yesterday, yeah, I'm really glad. I'm glad you like that. Thank you, Jay Nemens. So yesterday, my son is buying coffee for his wife. Right, his wife likes coffee with 4 sugars, just the worst. I mean, the girl is skinny as a reed, so whatever, it's fine. But it's just the road to diabetes. But she loves it, right? But he's not paying attention, so he puts Splenda into the coffee, and then he realizes it, and he goes, "Oh!" And then he starts pouring sugar in it, try to camouflage the Splenda. And I'm like, "She's gonna know. It tastes like ass," you know. He goes, "No, it doesn't matter. 90% of life is the thought. It's the effort that counts." And I'm like, "No, asshole. 90% of life is the result that counts." And that was like, I thought, a really funny difference between the Slavic point of view of life and the American point of view of life, you know, because my son is born here. So I was like, yeah, you know, that's why, you know, I'm sorry if I'm being rude to you guys on you know, questions about explaining the indicator and all that shit. But it doesn't help you if I'm explaining this shit and I'm giving you bad trades, you know. So that just brought up to my mind that I'm going to focus on results here, not on trying to explain to you the intricacy of this stuff. But I will put this into a PDF for you guys this week, and so when we come back on Monday, I'll have it for you guys. Oh, look at this! Looky! Do we have? No, I was like getting all excited because I thought we had another red dot in NAS. NAS is still, you know, it's still a bullshit little trade. It's 720 to 690. It's not exactly like range expansion. Look at the massive range expansion in gold. I mean, that is what you want. You want this kind of a move, and clearly, you know, you see the gold account is doing really nicely as a result of it. You know, definitely trading a lot better. Oh man, it's almost 10 o'clock. All right, let's watch NAS. Okay, I'll play NAS. If this holds, lower reds, lower things. NAS probing around 675, took out the 700. Five, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, sell. All right, we short NAS. Let's see if this thing wants to give it to me. Nope. I'm sorry, guys. I missed the gold trade because I was focusing on NAS, and that's just, you know, it's going to go. You're going to choose one or the other as far as the trade goes. All right, is this going to go? There we go. Oh, come on. All right, I'm just going to take this out early. I don't care. You can tell that I really don't care about NASDAQ because I consider it to be an inferior instrument right now. The easy opportunity was in gold. I'm sorry I missed the easy opportunity in gold, but whatever. We took the NASDAQ. We made some money on that, so on and so forth. But the gold was really easy. This was a super easy trade. I hope you guys took it. You got both. Nice, good for you. Good for you. All right, so that was a really nice trade. Now we got to just kind of wait. Look, remember I said to you you could, with gold, it's just, you could so see it on the Jackhammer structure here, right? You could just so see it. So, you know, we were here. We could have just been here. But when I said to you, when they finally, you know, consolidated out of here, right? We got chopped out, waited patiently until the thing started to break 95s. They took out 95s, they took out 90s, and then they took out 85s, and now they went all the way down to the 70s, right? Now it's a really strong move. And this is actually still a continuation trade. It's still worth it for us to give it a shot here. Let's see, what do we got? 11, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, short here. Let's see if NAS wants to give me some love. Yeah. Oh, no, shoot. Sorry, I took it the wrong way. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was going down. It was really hard for me to see this on the chart. I'm sorry. I got out a little bit early. And it's just as well because it just didn't do a lot of continuity on the move here. This was the last trade. It's fine. Yeah, it was hidden in view, and I thought I was actually positive instead of being negative, but it's fine. I took a tiny little loss on this. It's not continuing anyways, so just as well that I got out of it. I'm going to trade this to the upside. I'm going to explain to you why. Because remember I said to you, small range instruments are actually good reversal trades. So let's see if my thesis is right. I'm going to trade this reversal. I'm going to trade it to the reversal side. Let's see if my reversal, there we go. And that was a nice clean reversal to the move. So shitty little range trades that have no movement like this, the reversal trade is actually the much better trade. The big range moves, the continuation trade is the good trade. That's kind of like, sort of the lesson we can all learn from here, right? And here, what do we have on the continuation? We had clean, clear, higher lows on the greens. It was such an easy trade to take. Boom, that totally popped, in the right direction. This was, you break the dam and it just completely jackhammered all the way down. Oh, Jay, good for you. Jay, look at this. Look what Jay is telling us. So he said he funded NQH, started minus 104, did 4 contracts, 155 ticks, 60 tick stop, break even at 60, 30. So what does a 30 offset mean? You go to break even when it goes plus 60, and then you follow, like every 30 you move up. Is the 30 offset means that it's a trailing stop? But good for you. Good for you. I mean, that's what we're talking about. The straddling the volatility and just letting it run. Good for you. All right. This is cool. I love being able to eliminate the history, because then it just makes it so much cleaner on the charts. All right, one last thing I want to show you guys. For those of you guys who want to coach with me, because coaching starts next week. If you guys want this, here's the link. The really cool part is if you buy it this week, if you buy the coaching this week, which means you get 6 months of the indicator with me, you're going to get multiple free Apex and Think accounts, because we're going to give you $97 credit, which you can use then to buy like 4 Apex accounts right now. So if you want my coaching, if you want the full indicator access, both in TradingView and in wealth charts, you need to get this. So I'm gonna send the link again. Have a good time with it. Those of you guys who are hanging out with me right now, this is literally the best thing you can do. Plus, you get all of Kathy for free. I throw her in. She's like my free offering. No, she's great. And if you're interested in trading Forex, or there's a lot of people who like want to trade a little bit more casually, she's definitely the trader there. Yeah, it's a trail. It's a trail stop. It sounds like that's what it sounds like, Jay. It's like a trail stop, right? So you just trailing the move. Good for you. That's all really good. It all really works well. Excellent. Anyways, guys, good trading for everybody. NAS turns back to positive in its own little bullshit way. However, if we have a crossover here and I get a green dot, we're going to trade the positive side. Remember, equities are always positive bid instrument. NASDAQ equities are always much easier to make money to the upside than to the downside. 80% of the days, equities skew positive, especially over the last 40 years. Since 1970s. What is that? Oh, man. God, it's such a, let me just take this off. Let me go back to charts. Yeah, I just put the charts back up. I just wanted everybody to see the coaching. God, oh man, I totally forgot that research. I had that research. Oh, what was it? It was such a great research. Let me see if I can find it. Number of days S&P closed positive versus negative on a yearly basis. Let's see if it's going to find that thing. Yeah, so, okay, I'll show this to you. This is not quite as good as visually as I was going to say, but you can see that from 216 to 221, 54, that is nearly a 10% edge to the upside. You see that, guys? Huge difference. And there's actually like a really good piece of research. I wish I could find it here. Oh, there it is, Cressmont Research. That's it. It's from Cressmont Research. Let me show this to you. This is it. Look at that. So you see, this is up days versus down days, right? Look at the spreads. Some days in 19, it was 20%. Remember that in roulette, 1% spread makes every casino rich. And in this case, you got 20 times that. 20 times that in terms of, here's the link. If you guys, that's called the Yo-Yo PDF. I love this. I love this little piece of thing. That's why given a chance, I'm always trying to trade the upside, which, by the way, speaking of which, got the upside here, right? Let's give it a shot. 36, 37 seconds left. Can we trade the upside? Okay, 32 seconds left. Here is the upside. Let's make sure the dot stays in place. 16, 17 seconds left. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's give it a shot. Boom, and we're done. That was my kind of trade. You see that? See how fast that was? But boom. Thank you, Miss Trade. Okay, we're not taking this trade because this is the pop of the next one. But you can see how momentum creates just power. Yeah, you love those. Ben says you love those. I know. I love those too. OTR says NASDAQ is never going to have directionality again. Doesn't have to have directionality. It just has to have a bias, baby. What I'm saying to you, OTR, is that its bias is to the upside. So whenever you get a chance, especially early in the breakout, remember we talked about also time. This is the moment, 10 to 10:30. If we're gonna run, we're gonna run now, right? So if this is the moment where we're gonna make the trade. Now I'm gonna hold off and not take this trade because remember we exited on this candle. Maybe there'll be a couple of consolidation candles, but if we get a next higher green candle, we definitely want to trade it. We definitely want to give it a shot. All right, I'm so glad Jay passed. I'm so glad everybody passed on the moves. Ben says he loves those. TNT got it. Ben says he got it. NASDAQ, right. So it's so sorry, Jay. Is it a kind of a jump? It just jumps 30? Like, I'm sorry, can you just if you give me like a physical example, you're long NASDAQ 25,000. You put this trail, you put this function. What does it do price wise in the mechanics? If you give me an example instead of trying to use words, I will understand it much better. We should have traded this with a 1030, but I was, we're a little bit focused on this. Gold having a gold is giving us a lower red, but not the slope, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do small. I'm gonna do small on this because the slope is not red, but it's a lower red in a downtrend. So let's just give it ourselves a small little trade. See if this is gonna work for us. 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, we're short here. Let's see if the gold is going to give it to us. If it doesn't, we'll be patient because the slope just starting to turn red. I'm kind of front running this. I don't have the full confirmation of the move, so we'll just trade it a tiny little bit. Let's give it a shot. And that's why I traded small, because there was no confirmation. So we've got to give it a little bit breathing space. May still work, but there's a lot less momentum here than if we had the slope going our way. NASDAQ coming down a little bit off the highs, doing a little consolidation. Gold slope turns red, but no red dots. So again, looks like it's just going to be a small fake out for us. Yeah, it was. I took a gamble on it, but if you're going to take a gamble, you do it with small size. That's the bottom line. I think I'm gonna go long. I'm gonna go long gold on the same premise that it's it's a bullish market. If this green has to be higher than this green, which it is, slope is green, kind of stabilized. Let's give it a shot. Contra trend trade, but we've kind of built the bottom here. And remember, gold has been just sort of rallying off this thing. It's 86. Let's go. Buy. Let's give it a shot. Nope. Oh, nope. I'm really grasping at straws here on this trade here. Oh, wow. It actually went almost to my target over here on the close, and it just popped right back up. What a volatile little move this is. Wow. I think the sellers are in control of gold here. This was a vain attempt on my part to try to. I'm getting out of this thing. It's just not working. Jay says, okay, let's see what he says. So when doing the strategy, there's an option of break even or trailing. The break even jumps up when it reaches a number you put in. Then the offset is how far from the open it sets at. So take profit at 30 ticks, stop loss at 20 ticks, break even at 10, and offset at 5. If the price goes up to 15, break even engages, and take profit becomes 5 ticks. It never reaches 20 ticks, and at least you'll probably get 5 ticks. Oh, it just moves the stop, the break-even stop to the other side. All right. Got it. Okay. Got it. Oh, we almost had a gold to the downside, but no move here right now. No, gold is just chopping around right now, going to that little chop zone. But if this stays red, it's a legit trade. We're definitely going to take it. This is with trend, with slope, with everything that I should be doing properly. Let me see what's going on with gold on the ranges here. Range is big. It's just really volatile. It's not like these signals are illegitimate. They're just not working right now in this kind of a very choppy meat grinder range. Wow. I'm just watching gold on TradingView just to get a little bit better read on what's going on here on the charts. Ah, wow, gold really chopping around. I think I got stopped out on this one, right? Yeah, I'm taking out. Unfortunately, wow, the gold really chopped me out on this last few sessions. Okay, we will reconvene. We'll just stay patient and see if we can get another good look. But these were all legitimate trades. They just simply got ourselves stuffed very badly on just really bad retraces. That happens. We had a great move on the Jackhammer. And then I think the other part of it is like, once you have a really great positive run, you pretty much need to stop. And, I'm just running the show late because I wanted to do a little bit more trades with you. But we know this is what we trade for. This is what we trade for. And then this is the kind of thing that we want to try to avoid as much as possible. So unfortunately, none of this is working right now on the opposite side. Really feels like gold is bottoming out. I'm going to give it one more time to the upside. Just one more time to the upside. It really feels like it made a higher. The other thing is it's made a higher low, right? We kind of just held the higher low here. We'll see if it wants to push a little higher. I want to get here into this entry, and I want to go over here to this exit. Let's see if this is going to work for me. I'm not much of a swing day trader, but if you're looking at this from a swing day trading point of view, it really looks like gold made a short-term bottom here, And if you're sort of like using this as a stop for a longer term move back up to the 4,400, it's kind of possible. We'll see. We'll see if this is going to work. But it really does kind of look like it's just not giving me enough continuity to run this through. Give it one more candle. Hopefully we can get a little bit more juice here. Will FOMC have an impact this afternoon? Maybe a little bit. Not much. I don't think I don't think there's any kind of news flow that's really going to be driving anything today. Just year-end flows and much more price action. All right, let's see if gold can just pop up. Come on, baby. Come on. Gold can't get out of its own way here. No. No, we're really in bad chop city here. Just I thought we might be able to get back up. But I still think that if you're sort of like day trading this does look like, at least on price action, higher low, a little bit of move. Now, this whole thing is just not working. Let's see if I get one last buyer. Come on, buyers. Where are my buyers? Where are my buyers? Where are my buyers? Come on, buyers. Let's go, buyers. That 85 seems to be the split level. Everybody trying to buy underneath the 85s. See if they want to run it higher. But it's really like a run from 85 to 90. That's where I'm trying to be here. Come on, baby. Come on. Show me the white dot. Show me the white dot. 88s. 88s. They can't get her back up. Man, this is like torture today, huh? Fifth candle in a row. They buy it and they bring it back up. Let's go, buyers. $87, $88s. Let's go, $88s. Nope. Is it chop because of holiday? Yeah, it's chop. Yeah, I mean, it's just chop. I mean, I think the other thing is you're right. Asia is really like Asia's gone, right? So this is like all North America, and North America is just doing nothing. They're just running up and down. All right, guys, I'm going to end this little trade right now. I want to get rid of it. I just want to get out. Get out. Okay. Just chop. I mean, we had a couple of runs. I gave it a valiant effort. NAS is turning neg. NAS is a trade for us. So we're going to do this one last trade. Then I got to run because I got a meeting. And we will pick this up on New Year's Eve. I mean, the big lesson of the day today, as I told you, is like the trade here. This was the trade. This is where we should have stopped right here. And it's obvious that I should have stopped right here, but I just wanted to trade more with you guys. And that's always a big lesson is that, you want to trade more, you kind of get chopped out unnecessarily, totally unnecessarily. The great thing is with this kind of jackhammer trade, you trade for 45 minutes and just stop the trading, make the money and stop the trading. Here we go. I'm going to sell the market here. Okay, sell this. Let me see if I can get a little bit more movement on NASDAQ. All right, good. Last trade on NASDAQ. This account turns positive. This one we'll just nurse on Monday. But the lesson kind of learned is stay in the lane, right? Stay in the lane. Don't get hit by chop. Overall, very, very good week for us. My all my other accounts have been great over here. Like my trade, here's my Trade of 8. There's my Trade of 8 stuff. Let's go to my Trade of 8. I'm going to try to run like 3 or 4 more accounts to, here's my Trade of 8 today. And then nicely, remember we took about $500 in it last day. All of these are funded. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go to hopefully 7 here. And then we'll try and do, all of these are funded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. Hopefully get 2 more here. So it'll be like 7 to 7. It'll be like 15 accounts. And then we'll get really, really serious on just working the fundeds. We're gonna do a couple of fun things. Don't forget, guys. Again, don't forget. Go hit the Apex and buy a few accounts before this sale expires, because we'll inventory like 20 accounts and we will just use them, to our full extent to do like 1 trade funding, especially on the NASDAQ Open, which is always, like we just want to be in a high volatility environment to get this done. Look at this, man. This is the torture that I was saying to you that if you were day trading, this looks like it was a bottom. And if I had simply turned this into a day trade, which I could have, I said to you, higher, higher, higher. They definitely wanted to run this. It's just that there was a lot of hesitancy so far in front of the 10 o'clock news. But if you were in a day trade position where you had to stop underneath here, you could have easily run this all the way to the 90s. But that's not what I was doing with you guys. Don't apply scalping techniques to trading ideas. Another lesson of the day. But when we get the jackhammers, we're really killing. And the same thing, by the way, in NASDAQ here. This was a nice clean move here that we took advantage of. Now we'll just stay patiently and see what it wants to do. Oh, you guys! Oh shit! You guys don't see this chart. Sorry. Here's the charts. I keep forgetting this. What I was saying is look at NASDAQ. Look at gold. Had we stayed in gold, they finally took the 90s. I just I knew from a swing point of view, this was a really good looking turn. I was trading a scalp trade, and if I turned into a swing trade, it would have totally worked. That's what I was saying. Okay. All right, my friends. Good session. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. I will see everybody on Monday. Thank you again for everybody for trading with me. Have a great day. Have a great week. We'll all get back together on Monday next week. Enjoy, guys. Bye-bye.